Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Happiness Podcast. This is my 87th podcast. I am your host, Mr. Happiness himself. And today we have two amazing guests, women in business, women in power, and we're also breaking some cultural barriers today. So I'm going to start off with Juliana. Please introduce yourself.
Hi guys, I'm Juliana. You can also call me Julie Joy.
Julie Joy. DJ Julie Joy in the house, everybody.
Yes, and I'm also a mom of 5 little children and a businesswoman.
So super mom, super entrepreneur, a DJ, and this is our second podcast together, and you have your own podcast as well. And I would also like to introduce, for the first time, I'm so proud, when someone tells me that this is their first podcast, I get so excited. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Silpa.
Hi guys, my name is Silpa. I am an entrepreneur. I have a company called Branded Fire, do marketing, and this is my first podcast. I'm so excited.
So I love all of Silpa's marketing. It's so unique. She recently this week launched this whole thing comparing dating and marketing, and it was the funniest. And I know she was the brains behind it.
I wasn't.
Oh, come on.
I wasn't.
Silpa is the humblest person I've ever met. So she's like, no, really, it wasn't me. It was ChatGPT.
I'm a business partner. It was Megan.
Yeah, so Megan this girl gives everyone her flowers. If I'm ever having a down day, I call Silpa, and she just builds me up so quickly. It's like so natural to her. She is a breath of fresh air. And podcast, believe it or not, for me, it wasn't planned this way, but it turned into like almost therapy for me. So it makes sense that my therapist, in business especially, Silpa, is invited to this podcast. And me and Juliana had such a good podcast.
My favorite. Well, I can't say that, but it is. It's my favorite episode.
Her favorite.
Thank you.
And then we're talking about a lot of cultural things and how some things are difficult. And right now in 2025, 2024, a lot of people were like complaining about like America and everything. As two immigrants, we were both grateful for the opportunities we have in America. Sure, there's a lot of things that are difficult, but it's difficult all over the world. But we are two people that found the strengths and the goodness of everything, and we are representing our cultures. And I was like, in that whole podcast, I kept on thinking about Silpa, because she is one person that represents her culture. It's like branded on her pretty much, just like Branded Fire. Mm-hmm. And I see her supporting her community so much. And she just has so much to say. I just had to bring the three of us together. Mm-hmm. As you saw, I even came dressed in my own little Bengali outfit today, which I've never done before. But Silpa empowers me, like I said. She made me feel comfortable enough with this large audience, your audience, who doesn't even know who I am, to wear something like this, because I think that's what's important. Not only is it my job to live life and to be the happiest person out there, I think it's also my job to represent my culture and push people, hey, it's okay to wear an Indian outfit, a Bengali outfit, or a Pakistani outfit in America. Because when these two walked in, they're not Bengali, they loved it, right?
Oh, yeah.
She was like, why didn't you tell me? I would have came dressed up too.
I would have.
So I just want to tell you the reason this is a last minute decision. I even chose this was because of you.
Oh,
so.
Really?
Oh. I think we're going to have to record another one.
I know.
And it's also the month of Ramadan for us. So, and Eid is coming up. Mm-hmm. So my mom's like, what are you wearing this weekend? I'm like, Mom, I don't even know what I'm eating for lunch. You're asking me what am I wearing for this weekend, but it was in my mind because, mother's always in the back of your mind. And I'm like, I think I'm going to wear this and I'm going to rock it today too. Mm-hmm. That's where I came from.
You look great. You're wearing my favorite color. Match.
Matchy match.
Black and gold.
So listen, we got to try very hard not to repeat our last podcast, right? But why don't you tell the audience a little about yourself? You told them about your business, of course, but what is your purpose in life? Because you have this amazing purpose that really motivated me, and I know a lot about the people. So why don't you tell the audience, what is your purpose? And then we're going to get into happiness because, that is like my purpose in life, spreading happiness. Mm-hmm. So what is your purpose?
Okay, so I've always been a very spiritual person, very in tune with myself and trying to connect with the higher self, the creator, and our spirituality. Even before yoga was known in Brazil. I was 4 years old.
Do you do yoga?
since I'm 4 years old.
You know, we just started a yoga class at Tribe Studios.
Yes.
That's so strange that you even say.
Wonderful.
We're always connected somehow.
Yes,
Yeah. That's what we're talking about in her podcast, frequencies.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, because I remember and I have memories. I have memories of even being a baby and my first birthday. So my brain works a little bit different, but
Shilpa, didn't you tell me something like that too? Like when you were young, like you remember like a lot of things.
Yeah.
That's
yeah, another coincidence.
Yeah.
Serendipity.
Because
So,
that was really unique. Tell us about your experience real quick.
Well, I constantly have like flashbacks of when I was younger, and mostly like rooted in where I'm from. I'm from Kerala. So I just love Kerala so much. And it's just things that I went through and the little things that I did with my parents. And those are the memories that I usually kind of like fall back on. Birthdays and stuff like that. So I wasn't doing yoga at 4 though, but that's crazy and
Yeah.
awesome. But
I didn't know it was yoga back then. My mom, I used to sit with my legs crossed and start meditating, just, trying to align myself. And my mom said, Juliana, what are you doing? And I used to answer her, I'm meditating. As soon as I could talk. And I have flashbacks and memories when, even before I could walk, I had memories of that. And just now, after all these years and everything I've been through, just now, 6 months ago, I started the podcast and to give space for people to talk, to heal, to connect. And that's when everything started changing for me. And that's when I had the idea. It was actually a clear vision. It was not an idea. I hear people talking about everybody wants to be entrepreneur. Everybody wants to be a business person. I don't. Not everybody wants to be entrepreneur. That's not true.
Shilpa and I have conversations for hours about this. And I kind of get emotional sometimes that I'm not an entrepreneur. What do I say? Do you remember
you're
what
creative.
Yes, I'm an artist.
Yeah.
And even this podcast, same thing as you. I didn't know that you're also doing it as a form of therapy and also letting other people know. Everyone wants to have their own podcasts. Everyone thinks this is a marketing tool. This is not a marketing tool. This is a safe space. And I'm just in a journey to find like-minded individuals. That individual can be an entrepreneur, but I'm just looking for people with the same frequency. And I'm also trying to I'm on this pursuit of happiness. What is happiness? Just like that there's 5 love languages, I believe that there's more to happiness than what's defined in the Webster Dictionary. Like for me, happiness is freedom, and specifically freedom of time. That I have the time to be able to do what I want, when I want, with whom I want. That's what's happiness to me. What is happiness to you, Shilpa?
I believe happiness is something that gives me fulfillment. I have worked my 9 to 5. I work in IT and security and DevOps, but I thought I needed something more. And, time is something that you cannot get back, right? So that's what happiness means to me, being happy with the time that I have on this earth and making sure that I make the most of it. And does that mean staying in a place where I don't feel fulfilled? And I had to really ask myself, like, is this what makes me happy? Like being where I am, doing my 9 to 5, going home, watching TV, scrolling on my phone, going to sleep, starting the day over again, same thing. I'm not somebody that's like in love with chaos, but I do enjoy like the ups and downs of the day to day, having a business, having different things, people that I talk to. So that's what happiness means to me, I guess.
So I think you were born to be an entrepreneur.
You think so?
Like what Juliana said, this is not what I'm born for. I was born to be an artist. I was never born to be a businessman. But I think you truly are born to be an entrepreneur. I've seen you in your element, and you consider everything. You consider how you're dressed, timing, the client, the final outcome. It's amazing. Not everyone is like that. I'm like an artist. Ooh, do what makes me happy.
Yeah.
Who wants to try? Does anybody want to try? No, you are laser focused and you get the job done and you have this vision. And until you execute your vision, you're not happy. You're not fulfilled. And I do love that about you. And I always want to help you to get to the finish line because you are a person that motivates the people around you. A leader. That's who you are. And your purpose. So I now understand your happiness. Tell me your purpose.
I believe my purpose is to give more to people that, probably don't think that they could put themselves out there. I think that, I'm so incredibly lucky to be like in a space like the two, Like you guys have different perspectives and different places you guys grew up in. And as someone who's learning from you, I'm very inspired by the both of you. I think you guys are incredible. The things that you have done. My purpose is to be like you guys, I guess, and to like also like inspire other people, like the way you have inspired me. And I think that's the greatest gift I could give back, right? The greatest gift of being an entrepreneur. Like I wish that I had people that I could reach out to and talk to and ask for help or even like understand what to do next. I didn't have that. I want to be that person.
Which now you do. You
I
have
do.
us.
I do.
And people will have you.
Yes. I feel like in my culture, it's really hard to like get any information out of like someone else, like who is, you know, Indian or Bengali or, you know,
So
we're not.
tell us about your culture, because a lot of people labels us as Indians, right? But why don't you tell the audience a little more exactly what it means to be Malayalam, from being from Kerala, South Indian, the different types. If you could just even give a definition, North Indian, South Indian, for the people that just do not know, so you don't get a Bengali spiced tea again.
Oh my God, no.
Okay, side note. She brought us some Bengali spiced tea because she knows that I'm Bengali, right? That was very sweet of her. But you know, I just can't be that easy. I got to make fun of you a little bit, right?
No. I thank you for the spiced tea. I'm really excited to try it. But I feel like I'm Indian. I wouldn't even care to categorize it as, you know, North or South. I'm Indian. I'm very proud to be Indian. From the state of Kerala. I'm South Indian. But as someone who is Indian, I would categorize our culture as very traditional, very conservative. You know, like there's a specific way that you lead your life as an Asian person, you know? And that is you go to school, you go study really well, and then you go to college.
You respect your family.
Yes. Respect your family first. And then you have like
same values.
Lawyer, doctor, engineer. Those are the three chases.
I don't agree with that part. And that's part of the societal chains that I would like to break. And tell everyone, hey, it's okay if you're not a lawyer, doctor, or engineer. What's important is that you're happy at the end of the day. And that is what your parents want. Your parents really want you to be happy. They've just struggled. When they came here, they didn't have as many options as we do. So respecting and appreciating the struggle that they went through, they tell us what they know works. But auntie and uncle, mom and dad, abbu and mummy, times of change, we have more options. And we do understand that at the end of the day, you want to make sure we're financially stable. So we are happy. Now, you said that you don't define yourself as you know, North or South Indian. Were you born in India?
I was born in India.
And you were raised in New Jersey?
I was raised in New Jersey.
Now, do you define yourself as North, Central, or South Jersey? That's the real question everybody wants to know.
I would say I lived in Central Jersey, but I am currently in Jersey. So.
But you do agree that there's a Central Jersey, right?
I agree there's a Central Jersey.
I just want to put that out there. For some people that think there's only a North and a South, there is a Central, and that's what we represent, the three of us.
I'm not as passionate about it as Riz is,
okay,
but
fine.
I'm very, you know, I grew up in Princeton, and I think that's like mid Jersey.
Yeah. I'm in South Brunswick, so I'm right down the street from you.
I'm North Jersey, all the way.
Really?
All the way.
Yeah.
I think you're Hoboken, Morristown, Madison.
Okay, we are splitting this podcast. As long as you respect that there's a Central, that's all that matters.
I'm aware of that. I respect that.
All right, then we can continue the podcast.
Okay.
So tell us a little more about your culture. Where were you born here? Born in Brazil?
Born in Brazil.
What part of Brazil?
It's more southeast in São Paulo.
Okay.
Middle.
You had that São Paulo accent,
yes.
right? Because it's very different, right? The accents I noticed from Brazilians are so different.
Yeah, and my accent is a little bit peculiar because I learned English in England. Although in Brazil we are very Americanized, and so I have a quite different accent from the Brazilians that learned there.
We have that too in India. It's called British Medium School, right? Oh. You know, American Standard, British Medium.
Yeah, so, it's more British in India as well. In Brazil, it's more Americanized.
Gotcha.
So I could never pick up the British accent, but yeah. No, we don't have a lot of division in Brazil because we have so many regions. So it's not as strong. When I say I'm from Brazil, nobody asks from the north or from the south. But I feel like an Indian is the first thing, and I'm guilty of that too.
There's this back in the day, there's so many tribes, right? So many Goms, right? So to speak one language, even the way everyone was Hindu, right? And over years, Christians, Muslims moved in such a huge region. And then there's occupation after occupation. So there's just a lot of different tribes. But any Indian that I met is always proud to be Indian. And that's what I do love. Any Brazilian I met is proud of the Brazilian football team. And I think that's what's so beautiful about America, because in Bangladesh, I wouldn't have had this opportunity to be in the same room to talk about passion, purpose, happiness, business with a Brazilian and with an Indian.
Women.
Yeah. I don't want to put that out there because, yes, like in Bangladesh, it's been very difficult even be in the same room with a woman being a man. Unless the three of us are planning to get married, this would have not happened, right? My mommy and daddy would have been right there. What is the purpose of this? They must get married or else they cannot talk, right? But and that's what I appreciate about America, that it gave me this opportunity. And I do not waste that opportunity. I saw the strength in you, the uniqueness in you, and I want to put us together and put it out into the world. Whether it's one of my Bangladeshi cousins or friends or family or a follower that follows me, whether it's someone from New Jersey, from America, your follower, to show that together we can really build something beautiful. And why do I do it? I love this shit. I absolutely love it. I love to hear your thoughts, your opinions, your ideas. And sometimes you're brutal with me. And I'm okay with that because you're brutally honest with me. And I think being in America, being raised in America, I'm just so proud of that I have this opportunity. But what hasn't happened yet is I feel like there's some cultural chains that we especially have as Indians and Bangladeshis that we have not been able to break. Do you feel that way? Because why else are you so wearing, your culture so proudly on your back if you don't feel like it needs to be represented? Do you feel underrepresented sometimes?
I do, definitely in the media. But I feel like the both of us know that we do be dominating a lot of the business now. I mean, we've talked about both of our backgrounds, but I don't really know much about your background. So do you mind giving us a little overview of, were you born in Bangladesh?
I was born in Dhaka. Yeah, I was born in Bangladesh. I was raised in New Jersey. And I started my entrepreneurial life as a DJ. And that's how we connected, because she also started as a DJ. And then I moved forward. When I started DJing, there was not that many options for Bengalis, definitely, not even for Indians. So I started hosting events. And even in my own high school in South Brunswick, I started our Indian cultural program. It didn't exist before. My freshman year, when I proposed this, because I came from Edison first, like the Mecca of Indians in New Jersey.
732.
Yeah. That was normal. There was an Indian culture club. In South Brunswick, it wasn't. So I was like, this is really important for us to represent ourselves. And finally, by my junior year, the board approved it, and we started hosting some of the biggest Indian culture programs, Southeast Asian shows that there was. And that was my journey. I ended up becoming just a member of society to a leader of society. And you had to break walls down. People laughed at me, said no to me. Not just Americans, but even my own people. Like, oh, that's never going to happen. We live in South Brunswick. Now look at it. South Brunswick is one of the strongest represented Desi cultures out there. And from there, I empowered people from West Windsor, Plansboro, Hightstown, Princeton, and all that. The original board members all came to the South Brunswick show. Me and North Brunswick, we did events together. We were so small back then. It was a combination. We're talking about this back in 1995 to 1997. TCNJ culture program came down to argue on our behalf, and they funded our first show because South Brunswick High School and Township refused to. But I don't take no as an answer. I have no problem. Just like you, I kind of heard what you said. I will fight for the underdog, the underrepresented. My thing in life is I'm going to choose what's right. You could be my friend, be my best friend, you could be my brother. But if you're wrong, I just cannot side with you. You could have 1 million people on your back, or the other side can just have one. but the person that's right is who I'm always going to back up. I represent the underdog.
I love it. I always love the underdogs. And I think it's important that you say that, and we need more people like you. And for me, I think it's important to put out there that when I started the podcast, I have a house cleaning company, and I saw what was going on with the girls that work as helpers. They were not giving enough space or voice to give their opinions and express themselves. So I wanted to start a podcast, a space for healing and to give voice to them. And once you start doing something like that, you get a lot in return. And one of the things that I was getting back, the feedback was, okay, I want to start this podcast to give voice to the helpers, and why not to the business owners? And why only house cleaners? It can be any successful Brazilian immigrant in the US. And why not any country? And that's when things started to evolve. And also I realized, and that's when I started venturing in the beverage industry, because I realized that immigrants can be in whatever they want. Not just because you are a Brazilian, you're going to be in the house cleaning industry or construction, or you're not set for just what your nationality is. You can be anything you want, whatever you put your mind to. And right now I'm venturing in the beverage industry, and I'm very happy to represent Brazil, represent women in business, and we are going to be doing great things.
Oh, well, listen, I want to help you because this show is about combining different cultures together. So I don't want it just to be Brazilian. I want to be Bengali too. So you give me your products, and I will bring that next time I go to Bangladesh, show them exactly what we have, and that's the beauty of it all. So, I started fighting for my culture at a young age, since high school. And then I ended up owning the first ever nightclub as a Bengali Indian. Also young, age 26, I opened up what's called Fire and Ice, the first hookah lounge that had dancing, food, beverages, everything. Something like that never existed before. Again, I had to fight the township. They thought a hookah is like a drug paraphernalia. It's not. I don't even smoke weed, So, and I had to explain to the township that one of my fondest memories would be with me and my grandma playing Monopoly, smoking a shisha back in the day. So fighting these cultural barriers is what I've done all my life. Right now, I'm so happy I don't have to fight as much. A lot of things are accepted, and I'm able to combine forces and minds and hearts, people of different cultures, and share such difficulties. And hopefully you as an audience don't have to go through that. But if you do, you call me. I'll always fight for you. So after Fire and Ice, from the success of that, I got into the world of e-commerce, did very well. I was doing influencer marketing before that was even a term. And we were making millions of dollars per year off of just using influencers to market products. And then I moved back to New Jersey, and I took all my years of social media marketing and of this hospitality, and I ended up opening two fairly successful companies. One is One Republic, which is a sports bar located in North Arlington that Juliana will be DJing there very shortly. And then another delivery service called Happy to Deliver, which we are providing a solution for luxury apartment buildings that has a package overflow in their building. And we clear all that and deliver all the packages straight to the door. But I'm not going to tell you. I'll let Silpa tell you because she lived in one of those buildings.
Oh, we met.
Yeah. What did Happy to Deliver do? What did it do for you? How'd you like the service?
I loved your service. I think it was so niche because I did not want to grab my packages from the package room, and I had really heavy packages. Like it was like couches and stuff, and they're big boxes and small. I don't think there's much of a way for me to maneuver that through the elevator and into my door. So Happy to Deliver would deliver my packages to me, and it would be great, and I wouldn't have.
Yeah, we absolutely revolutionized the industry.
Yeah,
people don't even hire moving services anymore. They just order what they want, the furniture, the TVs, all the products, straight to the building, and we handle all that. We bring it all up to you every single day. So that way the mail rooms, which is only designed for like 50 packages, they are not overflowed. So a lot of buildings don't even have concierge service anymore because we become the package concierge. Packages, deliveries is the biggest problem. Problems in theft, random people coming in. It's a problem with just like the cleanliness of the place. If you live in a luxury apartment, paying thousands of your hard-earned dollars, you don't want to be stepping over boxes and worry about people trampling or stealing your things. And you also don't want to go all the way downstairs. If you live in, 8 stories, 10 stories, you want that brought to you. Just like Uber Eats will bring it to you. Happy to Deliver brings all the packages you deliver to your residence straight to your door. Now, I live in a single family home, and that's what I realized. I transitioned from an apartment to a single family home. I'm like, oh, wow. Amazon brings it straight to my door, sends me a picture proof of everything. I love it. And that's what we did. Happy to Deliver for all luxury apartments, any apartments, hopefully dorm rooms one day. We created the same technology where we take the packages, deliver it straight to your door, and we send you a picture proof so you feel secure about everything. That's it. Happiness delivered.
I do remember the struggle I had where Happy to Deliver was there. I think where I was living was relatively like a brand new apartment building.
Brand new building, yeah.
And they were slowly rolling it out, and I had to grab my package. The apartment building that I live at right now, I have to do the same, and I miss Happy to Deliver so much.
Thank you.
I really do. Especially grabbing the dog food for my dog. Oh my God. It's more than 40 pounds.
Oh, you got a big dog.
I do.
I have a little 10 pounder. So I get the 40-pound bag. That's more than enough.
Exactly. So I do miss Happy to Deliver.
Thank you.
And this is what amazes me. And when I say about, you need to know your superpower, like Riz, he identify already your entrepreneurship skills. And for me, I know that I'm a creative like Riz. And also my superpower is I'm a connector. I love connecting. And that's why Juliana Connect on Instagram.
That makes sense.
And also because LinkedIn connects. And connection was a very important word for
I love
2024.
Connect 4. Connect 4 is one of my favorite games.
2024 Connect was the word for me. But this is amazing. You are helping me bringing the connection. USA, Asia, Brazil, South America, Middle East, everywhere. The whole world. And the same way you say about the drink we're going to be bringing to Bengalis. I think that Brazil needs your service.
Really?
We definitely should look into
I would love
bringing
to
Happy
be in
to
Brazil.
Deliver to Brazil, São Paulo. I think we have a huge opportunity there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And this is what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
Us connecting, us trying to find a problem. And what I really like about this relationship that we have going on here is that I have someone else I can talk to or vent to about my problems. Because it's hard as an entrepreneur. Who do I talk to? Everyone looks up to me. But I'm a human at the end of the day. I have dark times. Who do I talk to? I either shut down and talk to nobody. Shilpa knew that as soon as I came back, I was sick. But it was probably a little more than that. She called and texted me. She knew something was up. And it was nice. And I shut down for a period. I didn't open up my social media. Yesterday, I'm like, oh, we got this podcast. I was like, oh my gosh, Shilpa sent me these messages I didn't even notice. And it was certain simple messages. Like she's like, this is my favorite song. I'm so happy you chose that. That doesn't happen. I meet thousands of people. Nobody says something like that. The fact that we're all in the same frequency is why I brought the three of us together, because we are. We are on the same frequencies. I can feel your hurt without talking to you, and I feel like you could feel mine as well. And being able to find another like-minded individual to consult, talk to, means the world to me, guys.
Thank you for having us, Riz. It was a great moment to be here.
I
I also got sick a couple weeks ago.
Oh, no.
Yeah, right after. So we
got me
so we
to
met up.
be honest.
So we met up, right? And I was trying so hard to just be alive at that moment, and I didn't know I was sick yet at that moment. I thought it was just a travel bug. Something's up. I was like, I made a commitment, Juliana. I'm gonna go see her no matter what. And I was like a zombie, when we saw each other. I was like, but no, as you guys know, if I commit to something, I will come through. So when I canceled our first show, trust me, I was dead.
That virus was tough.
I didn't know.
I went
And
through
because I
it.
traveled, I think I was the first. So when I went to the doctors
Oh my
and
God.
nobody knew what it was. Like, oh, it's just a travel bug, it's just. And then later I'm hearing everyone has it in America.
Goodness. Do you want to hear a funny story
Tell me.
about connections
Tell
and
me.
about crazy stuff? Because, you know, I've been getting this Dubai vibes, and you were in Dubai.
Yes.
I asked about Dubai.
Yeah.
I said, Juliana, I
Well,
have a
Happy
question.
Deliver is opening up in Dubai.
Oh,
so that's
great.
the
That's
reason why I
incredible.
was there.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So that was the reason. Interesting. I'm going there in May.
Nice.
But the interesting story is that when I got sick, I got really sick. I didn't want to listen to music, and you know, one of my happiness is music, and I didn't want anything to do with music. Just open a hole on the floor and put me there because on the ground. Because if I don't like music, there's a problem.
And
It's
that's how I
bad.
felt for 10 days.
Yes.
10 days.
Yeah,
I felt like
I wasn't bad. I was not even moving around. It was
Yeah.
like the influenza B, I think. It was really bad. But anyways, I was watching because I was kind of like Dubai was calling me, you know, like no reason, just the frequencies, just the vibes. And I started watching this YouTube channel that is called Discover Saeed. And the guy is super kinded, nice-hearted guy. It reminds me of my son, of you, you know, like people very like good intention. And I was just binging watching his channel, you know. And one of the videos, he showed the studio in Dubai for rental, similar to this one, actually. It's called Head Up. And I went on the Instagram page, and then I wanted to find out, because since I'm going to be in Dubai, I wanted to record a couple episodes there as well. And then I found out that the founder of the studios is Saeed.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
And one person that was in the page, I started following this person, and we kind of connected. And I'm going to be doing an interview with him. He's actually
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Yes,
Congratulations.
yes, thank you. And that's the part of connecting with people, and we tend to gravitate towards each other. And it's just like these magical things that happen in life that makes me happy as well. Every day is magic.
I'll tell you a funny story. I love traveling. And I think the three of us should take a trip together, because the way we look at the world is very different than I notice than other people look at the world. I was just connecting through Dubai many years ago, I think 2003, 2004, something like that. And I saw in the hotel that I was laid over at, there was this lounge. I go to the lounge. I don't really drink. I told them, like, what am I going to do with the lounge? I was like, oh, no, there's no drinks. There's like dates. I'm like, okay, cool. So I go there, I'm having like some dates, and I see this device come out. I was like, oh, that looks like the shisha that me and my grandma used to smoke when we were younger. I used to see her smoke it, right? And I saw them serve it. I was like, oh, what is that? I followed them into it. I saw them serve it onto a bed. I thought it was the most unique thing. Like I said, that was like 2002, 2003. I can't remember exactly. I bought Fire and Ice in 2006. And the first thing I did was to recreate that memory. And that's why we became so unique. I had beds in Fire and Ice, and I had these cabanas. I made it into this relaxed atmosphere. And it was one of my successes. Now, fast forward 20 years, 2025, I was also in Dubai doing this deal for Happy to Deliver. And I'm sitting in this beautiful apartment, and I see like this like little like setup over there. I was like, I'm gonna put this in One Republic.
Oh,
So-
that's great.
Oh, look at this.
And I think travel does that. Travel opens up your eyes, especially
Yeah.
for people like us, for
Yeah.
entrepreneurs.
Different perspectives.
Different perspective.
Yeah.
Different ideas.
Can you imagine what the three of us will come up with if we go to a different spot? We'll like be opening up things all the time. New businesses come back.
I think those are the two things Riz love to do. We go to places and we're like, oh my God, what's that cool thing that we're watching? What's that cool
Absolutely.
thing that's happening? Like, we love putting things together, and it's like great to have like a buddy that I could do it with.
Yeah. You know, some people, some of my friends, no shade on y'all, but they just like to go to these like spots. You know, you and I, you don't judge me if I'm like, Shilpa, do you mind if I just take a video here and steal their ideas? You're like, no, I was doing it too.
No, literally. It's like, I want to
That's
start
what
my own
Picasso said.
restaurant. I want to start this. Like, I want to have my own like immersive
By the way,
experience.
this girl said something to me. She's like, Riz, I'm like, yeah. Like, can I please be a server at your place? I'm like, what? on all the huge things that you do. And just a few nights ago, we were so short staffed. I was like, I wish I said yes to Shilpa that day.
I would have came.
I know.
I would have came.
I know my culture, you'd have been there. And it's beautiful. It's just beautiful to find three people like that are no higher than and no less than either. We are exactly where we need to be. The way you treat my friends, my business partners, each other and everything it's just a beautiful testament to your personality. And you, my friend, my God, like you're just such a ray of positivity and love.
Thank you, guys.
Very
Thank
vivacious.
you. Yeah, with my trip to Dubai, I'm hoping that's exactly what I've been thinking about, bringing the innovation and the ideas here to the US, to New
Yeah.
Jersey, because when I never wanted to leave my country, and I had to move for that occasion, what happened. But when I went to Paris, everybody wanted to go to Paris. It's the same thing with about being entrepreneur. A lot of people want to be entrepreneur, and some people just happen to be. And the same thing with me traveling. I went to Paris, I saw the Tower, Eiffel, and I was like, okay, I did. All right, in my country I have something like that in my town.
Yeah.
Then I came to New York, Times Square. Okay, it's not. It didn't impress me. It's not just because not because I feel like, oh my gosh. It's just because I never wanted to. But Dubai is something that I'm really looking forward. That I understand when people ask me in Brazil, oh, do you know John? He lives in New York too. Do you know him? That's how I feel about Dubai. I feel like everybody knows each other.
You're gonna love Dubai. It is definitely ahead of its time,
Yeah.
and there's a lot to learn from. But you said something funny. I feel like the three of us, we're not tourists when we go to places.
Yeah, we're not.
We don't care about the same thing, which makes me seem like an oddball with my friends. Sometimes they're like, why don't you want to go on this tour thing? It's like, I don't know. I kind of want to sip the local tea and talk to people locally.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm on this pursuit of happiness, and happiness to me is time and freedom, I can, if I want to, like a little spot, a city, a village, I can stay for 2 weeks if I want to. And that's the beauty of the life that I chose.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you two with your thing? Because I remember you were telling me that there's one point in your life that you're killing it, especially during COVID times, but you weren't happy.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, do you feel like you are happier?
I do feel like I'm happier because I have the balance, and I feel like the networking portion of it is like coming through, because like during COVID, I was just work the technical side of things, and I wasn't very out there, like I wasn't meeting people. Like that's so important. Connection, like cohibition, like those are things that are so important for us as humans. Like we need to meet people, we need to get to know other people, we need to bounce ideas off of each other. Like I think that's how you grow. And the best way, like growing up, like my dad has always told me, like the best way to grow is by teaching. You'll grow when you teach people what you know, right? And that's the great thing. Like don't gatekeep, don't hold on to the information that you know, like teach other people, give them that information, and then that's going to open a new door of opportunity for you. And I think that's like incredible. Like even traveling, new opportunities every single day. Like I'm going to France in May, and I'm so excited because, I've never been to Europe and traveled in New York before, besides like my connection flight to like wherever I'm going. But I've always like wanted to go to the hole in the wall, like restaurant places that are just like so small and cute, and, like people don't really know about. Like you said, that I'm not a tourist. I want to like have authentic experiences. Like I want genuine connection and experiences that I could remember for the rest of my life. Like I want to have fragments of memories that'll just pop up. Like going back to what you were talking about, when we remember those things when we were young, those are like little fragments that I remember, and it makes me so happy, and that's what brings me joy.
Well, we're excited to hear those stories when you come back from France and you come back from Dubai.
Yeah, to have another episode.
Yes.
Are you going to Versailles? You have to go to Versailles.
I haven't planned my trip, but
Please put that in the plan.
Yes.
Because it's
we have to connect.
Yes,
Juliana.
let's talk about it.
I love it. We have to connect.
Yeah. And talking about local experiences, we always my friend and I, Sabrina, she lives in London. She's my friend from Brazil, and we went to Egypt with her mom, which was great because she was good in history. And we went to Luxor, Cairo, Alexandria, but we stayed in the hotel. So it's just like the beach, by the hotel, and you don't get out. And we always like to go local, travel, see things in a local perspective, right? We don't like just to do the tourist things, like to say.
No, not at all.
And this was before kids, before everything. We were like young and stupid and everything. And even me being like kidnapped before, I have no fear. I trust too much, I don't know. But there were these guys that they had a store in this hotel, and it was a nice hotel. And then we start talking, we want to do something local. We want to see things. What else can we do? I can show you guys where we live in our house. Would you like to go? And my friend and I, we thought about it. We discussed it. Oh yeah, they own the store here. They wouldn't do anything to us, right? It would be okay. Let's go.
That's crazy.
Yeah, let's go. And we went. We got in the car. Her mom was in the hotel. And we were going to the hotel. Then we started thinking, maybe this is not a good idea, right? Because how if we never go back?
Listen, you two, wherever you guys are doing, you guys are sharing your location with me. Okay, I'm worried for the both of you now.
But guess what? The most respectful, wonderful guys ever. It was a great experience. Mm-hmm. They show us their house. And it was like an American house. It was very nice, but the place was a little different and super respectful. Mm-hmm. Absolutely respectful. And that's one thing that I feel and I get from Muslim men. It's such a misconception that people have, because I used to work in New York City and I worked with a lot of people, a lot of Muslim guys, and they were the most respectful that I've ever dealt with. And the same thing in Egypt also, never a weird vibe or a bad feeling, because they are all about hospitality. Mm-hmm. And the tea and the thing. And I felt super safe and I felt really good about it. And that's what I have to say, that I had a great experience and I survived.
They don't have the Latin machismo?
Yeah, it's not about the machismo, it's about the huntismo,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, super respectful.
Yeah, I don't, like, obviously for my culture, I could speak on my behalf. We're not like that because we're raised by our mother, right? A lot of people think that Muslim men, disrespect women. That's furthest from the truth. Even our country, our prime minister has been a female we've been around for 50 years now. For half the time, it's been a female. It is a matriarchal society. Mm-hmm. Men was at war. So you're raised by your mother. My closest friends are my cousin's sisters, and that's who I connect with. Every single time I meet a girl, I just think about my own cousins. I'm going to treat a girl the way I'm going to treat a family, because I wouldn't want any man to, mistreat my cousins. And that's how I'm going to treat any female. And that's just how we're all raised.
The bare minimum. How everybody should, right?
Bare minimum.
And there's going to be bad seeds everywhere. But I feel like, when it comes to humility and treating everyone equally and, treating each other well, it's really hard, as a woman, to go into a situation. I'm sure you understand, trusting that, we have to be careful, right? Yeah. But like I said, there's bad seeds.
Yeah. And that's why I like tea. That's why I like hookah, because it is sharing experience. I am serving. It's not just about you drinking tea with me. I want to serve the tea to you. I want to make the hookah for you. I want to share our memories and our conversations, the back and forth. That's what I like. I want to sip it loud, I want to have that experience.
Those are connectors. Hookah is a connector. Yeah. You're meeting so many different people. Your tea is a great way to connect with people. Those are food itself is such a beautiful way to connect with others. And that's what I love about going places and trying different foods, and the people I meet, the people that have made the beautiful food. I want to know them. I want to understand how does your brain work? Why did you make this? How did you create this? That's when I meet you guys. I'm how is Juliana like this? She's so vivacious and so happy. Riz, you're a serial creative. I wouldn't even say entrepreneur. You're amazing at what you do. There's so many things that your brain does that I'm just I just want to understand. I just want to understand how you work, and it's incredible. There's so many things that we connect on. There's so many things that we have connected on, and it's incredible to connect.
Well, that's what we're trying to do at One Republic. We're trying to make this into an experiential place. Mm-hmm. So that way, because there's not that many spots anymore. Everyone's on their phone. Mm-hmm. We're working hard to make sure that when you come here, you can turn off, even our podcast. What I say, everyone turn your phones off. Mm-hmm. So that way, this short period of time that we have each other, we can be here, focused on each other, present. And I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag. Shilpa and her company is actually helping with the whole creative of the place and the experience. And the amount of detail that she goes into, she's my friend. She brings her laptop. She's like in full like work mode. And we love to show you what we're coming up with. Maybe we could just put together a quick clip when we're going to showcase these, like as the advertisements, as our stories. We'll put together some of our behind the scenes, because wherever we go, we're snapping.
Right, exactly.
We'll put it together so we could show you a taste. As Shilpa says, we're not gatekeepers. We're here to help you. And if you benefit from our work or our passion, I'm happy for that. Or if you see things that you like, comment or give us suggestions. Like, hey, I really like what you're doing. I know a spot. Why don't you go check it out real quick? Or I own a spot, and why don't you come check it out? And, that's what it's all about. You have to leave your beverages in our place. And I suggest, I have a lot of friends that owns bars, restaurants, and hotels. Please help out my friend Juliana over here and support her business. And if you need marketing, go to this girl.
Thank you. You guys should taste first and decide for yourselves if you like it or not.
And that's a humble entrepreneur.
Yes.
Thank you.
Very important.
And we can talk about creating something for 3.0 as well.
Ready.
Look at this. This is what it's all about.
Whatever you need.
So listen, the three of us can talk forever. And Shilpa walked in like, how long will this be? I was like, it could be 25 minutes. It could be an hour and a half. We don't know. It depends on us.
3 hours.
Let's keep going.
But I'm going to ask some simple questions that everyone wants to know. We asked about purpose. We asked about happiness. What I want to know is, if where you are right now, if you had an opportunity to talk to younger Juliana, would you tell her, hey, keep going this path? Or will you be like, pause, girl, I think you need to go a different way? And Shilpa, I'm going to ask you the same thing. The younger versions of you, would you tell them to continue at this path, or maybe go a more traditional route? Juliana, you first.
I think that I absolutely would say, keep going, do what you're doing with more confidence and just believe in yourself. But I would do everything the same, because I believe that everything that has happened to me has led me and prepared me for this point right now. And I think
have you had failures?
100%.
But look at how you took that. You took it so well. And I think the difference between a lot of successful entrepreneurs and people that failed because they didn't continue, they didn't learn from your failures. You look like you welcome your failures.
Yes.
They made you who you are, right?
And every time I fail, and I look the purpose of everything. Even when I got sick last week and getting better, I feel that every time you fail or something bad happened to you, you can come back stronger.
Listen, I don't regret getting you sick, because
You got her sick?
Maybe what's going on with her and me. Okay?
Come on.
But before I met her, I did talk to the doctors. They said that I was not infectious, but my personality is infectious.
See, I was wondering why your social medias were silent.
Yes, we were not in a good place at that moment. But the reason why I don't regret it is because we put together an awesome event on Fridays. So stay tuned to that. Shilpa, hopefully you can make
I'm
it.
ready to come.
Oh, she's ready.
Invite me.
She's like, I'm ready dressed. I'm ready to go. I know what outfit I'm going to wear. and
April
everything.
11th.
Okay, 4/11.
Okay.
We're going to see you there. So yes, even though that was a bad situation, us entrepreneurs are very optimistic. We believe that things will come out for the better. We even believe that our failures, our negative times, were good, because if we didn't learn from those mistakes, we wouldn't be here where we are. Optimism is the key to so many things.
Yes. The lesson can never be less than the trial. The lesson needs always to be bigger than the trial itself. And a lot of people that like to play victimism make the trial bigger than the lesson. And that's how you keep growing.
That's big. And Shilpa, what about you? If you had the opportunity to talk to young Shilpa, what would you tell her?
I would tell her to never stop, because I feel like taking a risk is so important as a person that's growing. I've always told myself, oh my God, I'll just start tomorrow. I'll just start tomorrow, the day after. I'll just put it away and think about it later. But I'm like, you should start now. Like, I would tell myself, start now and buy more Bitcoin, but start now. Like, certainly start. Don't ever stop. Keep going, even if it's cringy, even if it's weird, even if it's no one else is doing it. Like, just start now. Like, what's stopping
do it even
you?
more. Do it more. If no
Yeah.
one else is doing it,
Mhm.
do it more. And that is what we're about, breaking these barriers, breaking these chains. I'm proud to be the breaker of chains. It was difficult going an uphill battle.
Yeah.
If I went back and I told young Riz, this is what you're going to go through, it might have scared him. I might have been like, okay, mommy, daddy, I will be a doctor, lawyer, or engineer. I'm not going to go be a DJ. I'm not going to go open a nightclub as a Muslim guy. I'm not going to go to Dubai, to South America, to Bangladesh and launch Happy to Deliver out there. You know, it's scary as a young guy thinking about that. Maybe I should go down the path that has already been pre-written for me and I know is guaranteed success. But I didn't go that way. I went into the jungle. And now I have a company that is expanded in the Philippines, in El Salvador, in Colombia, in Bangladesh, and in America. I have staff full-time all across the world, and we are 7 days a week operating 20 hours a day. That's a lot.
You're
Or-
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide. That's a lot for a 15, a 16-year-old who just wanted to DJ and have a good time. I don't know. I might have said no. Don't do it, kid. Shit's tough out there.
Mhm.
But what I do know is my future. I do know that my future is about having time to spend with my mom, with my dad. I like to do yoga with my mom. We're starting up our own yoga thing,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna go golfing with my dad. 2 things that I've never done in my life, but because I could spend time with my 2 parents, it's healthy
Mhm.
for them. It's an opportunity to bond. And when I was younger, my parents work. They work so much, and I work. I work really hard. And one regret that I would have had if I went a traditional life is I would have just been working or moving out of state, and I wouldn't be there for them if they need me for anything. And the biggest blessing that I could say is because I have a freedom of time, I could do this. I can hang out with my mom and do, downward dog. I can go to the range and go golfing with my dad. And I love that about my future. That's what I see as my future. What do you guys see as your future? You told me about your past.
Mhm.
Where do you guys see yourself in 10, 20 years?
You want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I feel like I would see myself continuing and building myself.
Yeah.
I've always have been in an entrepreneurial mindset, even when I was younger. So,
What does the word entrepreneur actually mean? Did anyone ever look it up? I know we got this label, we got this hat, but do you know what entrepreneur means?
I think there's so many different meanings to it. It's not
That's true.
black and white, Like, I feel
Very
like
true.
anybody could call themselves an entrepreneur and they wouldn't be wrong what they're doing, right? So, I mean, if you have the definition offhand, you don't. Okay, well, it's anything you want it to be.
Because we're too busy grinding. I don't got that time.
I mean,
this
it's-
title. It's like,
Yeah.
I never wanted this title.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
not an entrepreneur. I'm an artist.
Yeah, you can be whatever you want. And I mean, I'm not that person that'll tell you, oh, you're wrong for being whoever you are. That's not me, right? So for me, I feel like I've always been in that mindset, but also putting myself out of that mindset and becoming a networker.
Mm.
I've always wanted to be a master marketer, networker like you. And I feel like as I'm getting to know you, as I'm getting to know the more people, like I'm understanding like where I want to be in society as well and what I could contribute. So I feel like I want to do so much more for women. I want to do so much more for like anybody that needs help and is willing to ask me for help. Because like if you don't help yourself, then who's gonna help you, right?
So Shilpa, the serial entrepreneur, that's her future.
I mean,
I like the ring to that.
I wouldn't call myself a serial entrepreneur, but just someone that's low key working on her stuff and just and help.
Julia, what is your future and what is the definition of
first,
entrepreneurship?
I have 2 definitions here. One is a person who organizes and operates a business or businesses, taking on greater than normal financial risks in order to do so. or a promoter in the entertainment industry.
That's totally different. Now I do understand the difference because a business owner owns one business. An entrepreneur owns multiple businesses. Makes sense. And that is what you and I are.
And also is taking a risk greater than normal.
Oh my God. Hey, listen, I am absolutely in the Delulu land. Okay. I am building a business from scratch. I have no idea what's going to happen 6 months, 6 years from now, but I have this insane vision and a guaranteed success in my strategy that I'm going to move forward no matter what. Everyone calls me insane. Good. That drives me to work harder. My own family tells me I can't get it done. Good. I will show them how I do it. Everyone says, this is crazy, Riz. You already have a set life. Why would you add on more stress? It's not stressful for me, stressful for you. I love this shit.
The people that are calling you insane is because they're not visionaries themselves. I think that the people that have been in this path and done things or are on the way, they understand that this is not craziness, it's vision. And I have a question for you because I was wondering about this. For me I got almost like a download, okay, in my mind. It's not that I had an idea of doing a business like I do with the dance class. This beverage thing, it was like a movie in my head. I knew exactly what was going to happen and what I had to do without knowing how I was going to get the money to do this drink. What exactly? I didn't know why, how, when, nothing. And the things start happening just one thing after the other. Serendipities, coincidence that kept proving me that I was on the right path and my vision was right. But I have a question for you. When you have a vision, or it's like me, sometimes it's a clear vision that was almost downloaded in your brain, or you have this idea and then you paint the picture.
It's crystal clear for me. I know what
It
the end
comes
result
right away.
and
Finished.
I can't sleep.
Yeah.
The reason why I call myself an artist and the business as my canvas, because I cannot rest until I'm done with every single stroke. Now, am I flexible? I'm probably one of the most easiest going guys you have ever met. I know things change. So if I get a better idea on my journey, I'm going to shift. I'm going to pivot. I'm not stuck in my ways. So is the end result there in my mind? Guys, it is branded in my mind, which is why sometimes I'm a little neurotic with it. Shilpa, where are you? We need to do this right now. Can we do it right now? Come on, please. Okay. Like instead of being like Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide, I feel like I'm more like DJ Khaled, another one. Once we finish one thing, when I call you, hey, I got another one. You're like, Riz, I need to rest right now. Hey, rest in the car. I'll drive. Don't worry. I'm actually outside already. I got another one. Let's do it over and over and over because I can't help myself, guys. I see the end result. I also see where you fit in the canvas. And not everyone fits in the canvas. So once you're there, I'm like glued to you. Like, hey.
I need this color.
It's not only that. It's about like, I sometimes see something in someone that they don't see in themselves.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I don't bring out the best in you, I failed as a human being. Let me push you. You could be mad at me at the end, but hopefully in a couple of years, you realize, oh shit, Riz had the best interest for me. And these are my two strengths and also a weakness. Sometimes people don't like to be pushed, right? If I see something in you, I will push you like that coach until you yourself see that greatness.
I had so many people that saw something in me before I was ready, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, and I wasn't ready. And now I understand why, and I make sense of everything that is going on. And even a year ago, and I'm like, wow, I thank those people. I'm super grateful for the people that believed in myself, even when I was not ready. But answering your question about the future, what I see for myself is that 10 years ago, I had this realization of life in the color box that we talked about in the previous episode of my podcast. And for me, the future is bringing the color box alive, and each color, each dot together to represent one part of myself as a human being, as my businesses, my foundations and ways to help people, my life, my personal life, my wellness and health. So it's traveling the world and meeting so many wonderful people like you guys and bringing the color box alive.
Okay, I love that. And I want to end this podcast with one last question, which is very near and dear to me. I want to know what it's like to be a woman in business, because sometimes I feel like men don't know and we need to know. So if there's struggles or if there's certain gatekeepers, we could help break down that gate for you. We can question our own actions to make sure we don't make it more difficult for you, because I personally don't know. So if I know, and I feel like same thing, if other people are aware of certain things, I think you talked about self-awareness a lot. If we're self-aware of things that we might be doing wrong or struggles that our sisters have, I know me as my personality. If I know someone is struggling on something, if I could see the signs, I will help them through that struggle, or at least not be an obstacle. So if you could share what it's like to be a woman in business in 2025. Do we have enough time for all that?
I think we do. I think the greatest thing I've learned, and in my couple of years of being in business and starting my own business, is if you don't ask, you will never receive. So that is the most important lesson I learned. I'm very shy. I used to be very, how would I say it? Not out there, even advertising my business. Like I would hang on to the humble side of me. I don't need to advertise. It's okay. I'll do referrals, whatever. But
I see you advertising a lot lately.
Lately, I'm putting myself out there. I'm glad you noticed.
I'm very happy for you.
Thank you, Riz. I'm happy for the
and I'll keep pushing you to do it
Thank you.
over and over.
That's one of the lovely things about you that I love about you, is that you're so incredibly pushing in so many different ways. You see potential, even if I don't see it. And I think
I could see also your energy level sometimes. And I don't want to ever drain your energy. I want to be able to refill that tank of yours, because God knows I feel empty many times. That's when I will shut down. You won't see me on social media. I'm not picking up phone calls or text messages. And the answer is yes, come bother me. Maybe I just want to have soup with Joe. That'll make me happy.
It's so sweet. But now I know, because before I'm very much the type of person I'll leave you alone. Like if you need your space, like I'll leave you alone. Like if I need my space, I'll leave my.
No, I'm the opposite, because I need to. What happened is I'm empty inside, so I need that positive energy to be refilled. So just a good conversation, a hug, soup.
Very much
makes me happy.
Very much.
Lobster bisque and soup.
Lobster bisque.
I'm hungry
okay, now we know. But yes, filling your own cup. I'm very much into that, filling my own cup and making sure that I take care of myself, because I'm a very nurturing person, and I feel like I love taking care of other people, but I never take care of myself. So when it comes to that, standing up for myself as a woman, it's really hard, because in the society that I grew up in, women are the caretakers. We take care of our family, we take care of our people, our friends, whatever, right? But we never really have time to take care of ourselves. And I think the struggles that I've had being in business is making sure that I take a step back. And it's hard to do that when you're up all the time and you're just like, oh God, I'm going up right now. It's a great time for me. Everything's aligning. But to be honest with you, if you don't take that step back, you're going to burn out. So take that step back.
Burnout is real.
Yeah. It's so real. And then I take that step back, come back when I can, take that step back, come back when I can. And it's worked well for me. And I think that's really important, especially when I see a lot of entrepreneurs, especially women, creatives that are just on all the time. They have kids at home. I don't know how you do it. You have 5 kids, but you're like a superwoman,
Yeah.
I have so much respect for you with all
I
that you do.
have so much respect. Exactly.
Yes, I think you're incredible.
Me and her have dogs.
Yes.
And we're...
I have a dog too.
And a dog too.
Marley.
I give up. I quit.
Can I know what you're on? Are you what are her juice? It's Brazilian juice,
Wait
guys.
till I have 3.0.
I'm excited. Please give me some. I'll order a big case. I need it every single day.
Yeah, first, all you have to do is go 10 years without sleeping a full night of sleep. And then the first 2 years is going to be very hard. But then on the third and the fourth year, you
who
get
needs
used
sleep?
to it.
Yeah, sleep? Who needs her? Never heard of her.
Yeah.
What about you? What's the struggle as a woman in business?
In business, nothing.
Wow.
I think that we have this conception that all women has less opportunities, and it's to the contrary. Men are so willing to give the space to women in business and see women succeed more than ever. I think that this is just some noise. This is just noise to confuse and get us off track in business, okay?
Wow.
But in life, this is men in business. This is the women in business. Why? Hormone-wise, women live through cycles, just like a moon phase, right? We have hormones up and down. And I think that for women and for men too, a tip that I can leave is that just give a little grace. Just relax and understand that it's just a phase. You're going through some waves and everything's going to be all right. But I think that in business, it's a good thing to be a woman in business. We have more even opportunities. I'm not saying the corporate world. I'm talking about entrepreneurship. I think we have more chances and opportunities than men, even because men wanted to see women succeeding in business.
That is very true. We want to see our sisters succeed. I was raised that females have a difficulty. I guess that comes from the corporate ladder, right? So since I was raised that way and I saw my own mother struggle, she wasn't able to move on. She worked so hard while raising 2 kids. I made it into a point that whenever my job, my 9 to 5 is business. So I make it to a point that when a female comes in front of me, I want to make sure you're in a safe space, right? I'm not going to hit on you. You're never going to hear anything negative about that. 2, B, I want to help you. I want to support you. So I'm so happy to hear that society has changed in America. And I'm still going to put it out there, no matter how successful you two are. Please ask me anything. It is my pleasure to help you two out and see you succeed. There'll be no other joy for me in life than to see the people around me succeed.
Thank you.
So thank you too. So I think we have a lot to say. This is a series I wanted to do with the 3 of us. I want to bring you guys back on. We covered a lot of topics. We're going to put this out there, and I try to create a call to action every single time. I feel like a lot of people shoot podcasts, but what's it for? There needs to be some type of purpose, right? So I want to put it out there. I'm opening up a bar called One Republic in North Arlington. It is currently open, but I like to bring in to the bar people that I associate with. And Juliana and I are doing a Friday night house night together to bring a certain vibe. Silpa and I is recreating the menu and the experience over there. The challenge that I have for you is come through, take a look at what 3 people in front of you are doing. A lot of people talk, but nobody walks. Mm-hmm. We're going to walk the walk and talk the talk.
And dance.
Right? And eat and dine.
Oh my God.
And I want you to experience what we're putting together because it's not really about the money. We haven't talked about money at all. It's about the experience. Mm-hmm. And we hope to bring your Friday night, your life, some positivity. We all work so hard. Thank you for being part of the Happiness Podcast. We truly hope to spread a little bit of happiness, some knowledge, and motivated you to be a better person. Because I know all your questions, all your DMs motivates me. And I'm signing off as Riz. Juliana, do you have anything to say to the audience?
Just start something that you've been trying to do and don't stop. Don't give up. And if you're already in the middle, keep going because there's only one way and it's moving forward.
Silpa?
Everything Juliana said.
So stay tuned for the Happiness Podcast. Thank you, ladies, for being number 87 for me. It's very special. I'm getting close to the 100th one, too. And I'm so happy that we're not just talking. We are all 3 collaborating and doing things together. And stay tuned. Take a look at the results. Coming soon at One Republic, Friday nights. You're going to see what the 3 of us has put together for you.